Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we will be again looking back of Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis. So what it can happen tomorrow. So expiry is almost done for today. So as discussed in yesterday's video on the breakout above 25,888. Okay, so about 25,888. So we discussed our first target will be 26k. So if you see here, the exact high made today is 25,989, just 11 points below 26k. And from there now market is taking a rejection. So as we know, 26k is a psychological round number, so we can understand. So there will be sellers sitting there and they will try to do a selling for the first time when it is coming to that level after this dip which we have seen here after the gap up. After the gap up, so market came down slowly, it spent some time sideways, and from here we know we were bullish. Okay, so from here we know breakout of this trend line, we anticipated the target will be 25,888. Next day only we got our target. So I've done video here on Friday. I've posted before market hours only. When this breakout itself not happened, I have recorded the video. By the time I posted, market was somewhere here or here. Okay, and next day only we have seen the gap up. Yesterday also before market hours only I have posted. So we will only go short below 25,777. So it was yesterday's discussion that we will only go short below 25,777 in case market opens flat and breaks down this level. A 15-minute candle closing under this level, we thought of going short. Or else if market is closing about 25,888, we thought of going long with our target 26,000. So we have achieved the target today. So what next? If market have to go upside and test this upside target which is 25,333, if market have to go and test this high 25,333, for that market have to close candle above 26,122. When you see a closing above 26,122, either 15 minutes candle or day candle closing from down like this above this level, then this target is possible. Till then this target is not possible. Now what is next for tomorrow? In case if market is breaking this trend line which you are seeing here, the level is 25,900. Let's assume in case market is breaking 25,922 level. Okay, which is the confluence of this trend line. If market closes below this trend line and below 25,922 level on the retest, okay, if market bounce back and give a retest to this trend line which is 25,955, that will be your best opportunity to go short with the stop loss of 26,000. We can go 25,955. Let's wait for the bounce for 25,955. If market give a retracement after breaking down this trend line, so we might see a down move, and the first target will be again 25,777. This will be our first target. On breakdown of 25,777, our next target will be 25,666. This is for downside. So we know on the breakdown of 25,922, we should not immediately jump onto the trade. We should wait for the retracement to 25,955 level, or at least 50% of the breakdown candle, or at least testing this trend line. Again, at the trend, when it tests the trend line, it should create a red candle. When it tests back this trend line, retrace back to the trend line, and at the low of this red candle, by keeping high of this red candle, you can short the market, and we can go for the 25,777 and 25,666 as our targets. Okay, this only happens if trend line breaks and candle closes and give a retracement, and then you will be entering the short side with these targets in your mind. The other scenario is in case now market is not closing below trend line. Let's assume market is not closing below trend line. Market is taking support at a trend line, and let's assume it is going to create a green candle again near the trend line. If market is going to create a green candle here again at the trend line, if you see a 15 minutes candle closing here, so below this candle itself we can keep our stop loss, and we can aim for the target of 26,122 as your first target. Okay, 26,122 here. When a 15-minute green candle close here and you enter above this candle, let's assume you are entering at 25,977 by keeping your stop loss here at 25,933. Okay, then you should trail every 50 points, because here we are at a key resistance level which is 26k, can act as a key resistance level for some time. It depends on sellers how they wanted to push the price. But as this is a psychological number, it can act as a resistance. When you see a green candle closing above this trend line, we will enter by keeping that candle low as an SL, and we will trail every 50 points for this target. 26,122. In case a 15 minutes candle close here above this 26,122, then our targets are open to ATH. Then we can see 26,333 as our next target. Again, we have to trail 100 points, 100 points. So that is a blind rule you have to keep in mind. On closing above 26,122, your first target will be 26,222 and next target will be 26,333. Okay, this is how you have to plan your trades in Nifty for coming week. Okay, as expiry will complete today, so positions people will exit. Whoever is long, short, all positions will get exited today, and few people will be creating new positions. Big players might have created their positions already at the month starting. Okay, so this is my view on Nifty. Again, this is not buy sell recommendations, as I am not a SEBI registered analyst. So I'm just providing my opinion here. Take this video as an educational purpose and do your due diligence as well from your end. In case if you wanted to do buy sell anything, try to reach your financial advisor or any SEBI research analyst. You can reach them, and accordingly you can make your decision. Okay, so now coming back to Bank Nifty. Again, Bank Nifty is at a crucial juncture, same like Nifty. So in Bank Nifty also we discussed, so we marked this candle high low. Okay, so as this is a red candle, we will be drawing our fib from downside to upside. Okay, we know market can give a retracement to 0.5 0.618 zone. After the fall, definitely market have to give a retracement to this level 0.618 and 0.5 zone. So market exactly have given retracement from here in Friday's video. If you can go back and check the Friday's videos on our channel, so you can go here. This is my YouTube channel where you can go here and you can look for the videos. So here in video section you can you can find the name of my channel with my name, Santosh Basar. So you can go and check for the analysis which we have done on Friday 3 days ago for the 9th February. As I said, big move coming on Monday, but that move came with the gap up. Though you would have caught that gap up if you have looked back to my video within the market hours, because I have uploaded that video during the market hours itself. So I clearly said on the breakout of this trend line, we will be going and testing this target 60,888. I said 60,888. We will be going and testing this as the first target. In case if any candle breaks, any 15 minutes candle close above this level, then we will be heading towards this all-time high, which is 61,777. So we'll be heading to this all-time high 61,777. This is what we discussed in our Friday's video, in our yesterday's video as well. So right now, what is keeping us safe in continuing this trend is the trend line which you are seeing here on the 15 minutes time frame, which I've drawn from here. So this is a trend line which is keeping us safe and which is giving support to this move. Now, whole game of upside will only change when again a candle close below this red trend line. When a red candle close below this trend line, and again when it give a retracement back to this trend line, and again when it creates a red candle here, this will be your entry. So let's assume your entry will be at 60,500. Okay, on the breakdown of 60,500 will be your entry with a strong 15 minutes candle close and a retest of this trend line. You will be entering at this level, and your target will be, your first target will be this high, because this can act as a support initially. So your first target can be 60,355 on the breakdown of 60,500. 60,355 can be your first target, and next target can be 60,000 again, which is a round number which can act as a psychological support. So in case if this 60,000 breaks with a strong candle, we will be seeing more downside in Bank Nifty. Unless this 60,000 is not breaking and market even I have given a breakdown of this trend line. This will be your ultimate target for the downside. Market might take support here and then slowly it might give a U-turn upside or it might go sideways. Again, after reaching this target, on breakdown of this target only, you have to trade for the downside. Till then, there is no downside view in Bank Nifty. So this is what downside view in Bank Nifty. Then what is how you can plan for the upside? What are the levels that you have to watch to plan for the upside? Hope everyone is clear with the downside move. Now let's discuss on the upside move. Okay, again upside similar to Nifty. In case if Bank Nifty is closing a green candle here above this trend line, after testing this trend line, if it closes a green candle like this, still it have not tested this trend line. If you see, this red candle just came and without testing this trend line it is going back. In case if it creates a green candle when testing this trend line, let's assume it is closing somewhere here 60,777. Let's assume it is closing at 60,777, and then above this level we are going to go long in Bank Nifty with 60,888 as first target, and our next target will be 61,000. Again, this is a round number. At round numbers, you should be very much careful and you should be closely observing the price action. So above 60,777, we will be going for the target of 60,888. Above this level, our next target will be 61,000. And in case above this, if a good candle closing comes, then our target will be 61,222 will be our first target. Okay, and above this 61,444 will be our second target. Above this level, then we will be seeing this all-time high, which is 61,777. Okay, only based on levels you try to mark these levels, and based on the levels, based on the price action, how the price is reacting at these levels, whether it is taking support or whether it is taking rejection, based on that you have to trade accordingly. Again, when you are taking any trades, please maintain your risk reward, and your risk reward is your asset. Okay, whatever capital that is there in your trading account is not your asset. So if you are not properly maintaining your risk reward, whatever capital that is there in your trading account will not take much time to come back to zero. Okay, if you go with proper rule based trading system, if you have a 1 lakh capital, you can grow it 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs if you are following rules. If you are not following rules, that 1 lakh will go to 75, 75 will go to 50, 50 to 0. Okay, there are only two coins, so both sides, it is your decision which side you wanted to be. Either you wanted to follow rules or else you wanted to do gambling here. If you are doing gambling here, then it is sure that your account will go to zero. If you follow rules, then you can compound your capital. Okay, so hope my analysis videos are giving some value to you. So we will be continuing this series as we progress. As I promised, I will be also bringing some other videos here, some strategies which I follow and which are profitable. So those kind of price action strategies I will be bringing here in this channel. Okay, so apart from this, the other confluence which I'm seeing here as part of analysis is, as I said earlier also, so I will also use fixed volume range indicator. So let me show you where you can find that indicator. Okay, so there are some settings which we have to make for that indicator. So what are those settings, how you have to check, that we will be seeing in our next sessions. Okay, suppose if you see here this projection thing here, if you go down here, you will have a fixed range volume profile. You just have to select here, and what is our recent bottom. So this is our recent bottom. From here you just drag and you just drop to the current price. Then you will see where is the highest volume is getting accumulated. Okay, if you see here in Bank Nifty, earlier the highest volume was here. Okay, and then the volume shifted from here. If you see this black line, earlier the volume was here and this has shifted to here. Now the volume was here. Okay, from here all the consolidation happened and it opened with a gap up. Okay, and our target has achieved. Now the volume is getting consolidated here. If you see here, this is the volume which is getting consolidated here. Okay, so if it gives a breakdown here of this trend line, you will see prices coming to this volume zone. Okay, that is why I said our target will be 60k. Okay, that it will be our ultimate target, 60k, because here we have a good volume here and the price got accumulated here. Again, buyers might push from here to the upside price. Okay, right now volume is here. We don't know whether this volume is for the upside or whether this volume is for downside. For that to confirm, we need to wait for the levels to break down. If breakdown comes, means this is the selling volume, so price will be coming back to this next volume zone. If it gives breakout, you see there is no volume upside. This is all fair value gap. Okay, there is no volume upside. Price might fly from here. Okay, so there are two things that can happen. Closely observe this in Bank Nifty. Okay, so for this volume indicator, there are settings which we have to make to see this level of detail. So here you are seeing a blue line which is called as VAL volume area low, and the black line which you are seeing here, this is a POC, which is a point of control, and the red line which you are seeing here, this red line, so this is called as VAH, volume area high. So now the price is trading at volume area high. In case if buyers are not feeling comfortable buying at these prices, from here price might dip to POC. So that is where the 60k target I have given, where we might dip till here. So again, once buyers feel confident of buying here, then they will push price back here. Okay, this is with Bank Nifty. In Nifty also, if you go and see, I will just select this tool again. This is the low. From here I will drag to here. If you see here in Nifty also, earlier volume was here. From here the volume shifted to here, this level. So this is where I said we will get a breakout also. We can go long in Nifty. I've done video on this. We are at support. We can go long. And next day we have opened with almost 5.5, 5.8% gap up. I have entered some positions here, but I have not made lakhs. So I've made some decent amount of money here. I don't wanted to lure people to enter into trade market by showing some fancy PNLs which are not real also. Okay. So from here, price have jumped to here. Now volume is getting accumulated here. If you see here, there is full volume accumulated here in Nifty. Okay. High chances market can go sideways or market can give breakout. As I said, there was a 5 to 6% fall on the budget day, and after immediate 2 days 5 to 6% upside. So this is the range now we have for Nifty. Almost how many points range? 24,500 to 26,300 points range. In this range you will see Nifty going up and down, all this volatility. So that is the reason we have to trade on the levels. Now the highest volume is getting accumulated here. Breakout of this zone, breakout of 26,122, as we discussed, this will be our upside targets, and breakout of this level, we know what will be our downside targets. Okay, so thank you everyone for watching this video. If this is making some sense to you and if it is adding some value to you, please like, subscribe and share this channel within your groups with your friends, so that they can also get some benefit out of this channel. Thank you everyone.